What's good, guys? It's Dexter Daniel Bartes here from engineeredbydex.com. I'm back with another video for you guys, and today I'm going to talk about what kind of equipment you need to start recording vocals at home. I'm gonna jump straight into my blog post that is available on my website if you guys want more information on today's video. Recording vocals part 1. What equipment do I need in my home recording studio? This video is for people who are just starting out and have no idea what an interface is, what kind of interface they need to start recording. So I'm gonna help you guys out today with all that information. So the first thing you're gonna need, obviously, for recording vocals is the proper microphone. Now, when you choose a microphone, there are 2 criteria that you have to follow here. Number 1, you have to make sure that the microphone you get is an XLR microphone and not USB. XLR mics are geared towards professional recording, and USB is geared towards the podcast environment. So if you want a mic that's geared towards professional music recording, always go for an XLR. Now, over here, this is an example of what an XLR microphone cable looks like. It has these 3 pins over here. Okay, the second criteria you guys want to follow when you buy a microphone is that you get a large diaphragm condenser microphone. These are the microphones that are normally found in large studios, and they are for the most part used for vocal recording. If you guys are strapped for cash, you could possibly go for a dynamic microphone. These microphones are typically seen more in live performance situations, but it can still work well for a budget recording studio. Something like the SM58 could work well if you are strapped for cash. But I do feel if you want the best value, against quality, against price, then I would definitely go for a large diaphragm condenser microphone instead of a dynamic microphone. So just to give you guys an example of a large diaphragm condenser microphone, I'm over here in Audio Mart, and this microphone over here is quite a popular starting out microphone. It's called the Behringer B1. The most important thing to note about this microphone is that it is a large diaphragm, and it definitely is an XLR. So this could be an option, especially if you are starting out. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. This is just a quick interruption. If you need mixing and mastering services, please visit my website www.engineeredbydex.com, or if you guys want to get to know me better, email me personally, audio@engineeredbydex.com. So the next thing you guys will need is an audio interface. An audio interface is extremely important because it acts as the hub of your studio. Okay, number 1, it's your external sound card that will allow you to record at premium qualities. Secondly, it's a power supply for your XLR microphone. Okay, without an audio interface, you will have no way to actually power your microphone. It's a vital piece of equipment that you need. Over here is an example of an audio interface. This is the Scarlett Solo, and it's quite a popular interface that you guys can consider, especially if you are a beginner. One thing to note about audio interfaces nowadays is that a lot of the desktop units are actually USB. So what this means is you can plug the interface directly into your PC or your Mac via USB cable, so you don't need an external power supply in order to actually power the interface. It's plug and play. The criteria to follow when choosing an interface is you need at least 1 mic input, you need at least 1 headphone monitor output, and you need at least 1 line output for your speakers at the back. So I'm going to go on Focusrite's website now to show you guys the specific interface. So here we have the Scarlett Solo by Focusrite, and according to our criteria, if you look at this interface over here, we can see that it has 1 mic input over here, it has 1 monitor output over here for your headphones, and if we scroll down, we can see over here it has line outputs for your speakers or your monitors. This would be a very good buy, especially if you are starting out. Now, if we go towards the full specs of the interface, we can see here again reiterated that it has a mic input, It has line monitor outputs for your speakers, and it has headphone outputs on the side. So it fulfills our criteria and could be a good buy. Another thing to note is that this specific interface actually records at 192 kilohertz, which is actually an amazing sample rate for a desktop USB interface. And I'm actually surprised the fact that it can record at such a high sample rate at such a low price point. So this is definitely a good option for you guys when starting out. The third item that you guys are gonna need is a pair of headphones. And I would say you could get away with any commercial pair, but I would get a specific pair just for recording. The criteria to look for when buying a pair of headphones for recording is number one, the headphones need to be a closed back design, okay? This will prevent sound leakage coming from the headphone into the microphone while recording. So closed back design is very important. Number two, try and make sure that the headphone you are investing in is an over-ear pair. This will just be better in terms of comfort over the long term. Also, it could possibly lead to improved performances because of the virtual sound stage it actually creates while you record, like an immersion kind of effect. So I would definitely go for an over-ear pair. Now, to show you guys an over-ear pair that you could consider, here we have the AKG K361. I would say it is quite pricey for, you know, starting out, but it definitely seems like a very good pair. As we can see here, it fills our criteria: over-ear, closed back design, studio headphones. Perfect. Now, a couple of miscellaneous items that you should definitely have when starting out your vocal recording studio is number one, a pop filter. This item over here is what they call a pop filter, and the purpose of a pop filter is actually to contain harsh plosive sounds like P's and T's. You can see over here that I don't have a pop filter on my microphone, and that's actually an error on my part. I should have one. Pop filters are inexpensive, but they are crucial to ensuring a proper recorded vocal at the end of the day. And then lastly, in terms of the physical equipment, you will obviously need a microphone stand for your microphone. A normal tripod stand, general purpose stand will work just fine in your home studio, especially when you're just starting out. There's a company called Samsung who makes quite decent stands. Check them out. Just a bonus point before I move on with the video. If you guys are recording in a room that is very reflective, you definitely are gonna need some acoustic treatment, such as acoustic foam, acoustic panels, or diffusers. If you are recording in a room environment like this, then you will most likely be able to get away with the natural room tone. As you guys can see over here, I have a laminated floor. I have blinds there in the corner, and I have this bed that acts as this huge sound absorber. So my room specifically isn't very reflective, but if you are in a reflective room, you are definitely gonna need some acoustic treatment. So just to contrast real quick, I'm in a different room right now. As you guys can hear, there is a lot more reflection, a lot more reverb. So if you're recording in a room like this, you are definitely gonna need some acoustic foam, some acoustic panels, some acoustic treatment, just to maintain the reflections and create a more natural room tone for your recording. So guys, there you have it. That's what you need in order to start recording vocals at home. This is merely the physical equipment. You guys will still need a DAW, which is your audio workstation, like Pro Tools, like Ableton. If you guys need that, you can go to ableton.com and download their free audio workstation, Ableton Live Lite, or you can go to Pro Tools, Avid, and you can download their free software called Pro Tools First. Those are two options that you can consider when it comes to the actual software. And obviously you're gonna need a PC or a Mac to actually run the software, and you know, all the extra gadgets and things. Obviously a pair of speakers. This isn't geared towards mixing, so I didn't throw in monitors here, but if you have a pair of speakers, that will be perfectly fine. You don't need to go invest in monitors right at the outset, but specific studio reference monitors are something that's needed in the future, definitely. I know all this information may seem seem a bit confusing at first, which is why I've actually prepared a document for you guys that you guys can check out. I'm gonna link it in the description below. Download this document free of charge. It's a studio guide that lists equipment like microphones and audio interfaces, and specifically at different price points. Go through it before actually making the decision in terms of what kind of equipment you want to buy for your studio. Thanks to Daniel Bartis from engineeredbydex.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.